How's it going, guys? Sean here, and we're back again. So today we're talking about the iTaste MVP 3.0 Pro Edition. This guy right here that you see me using in almost all of my videos. I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and I was waiting to actually go ahead and do a product description review of it, just to see how I like it. That's usually how I do a lot of my reviews and stuff. I have something in my throat. So, go over some quick things about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and we'll go into some specs. This thing fires from 6 watts all the way up to 60 watts. So it's a 60 watts box mod. It's 3 to 9 volt maximum output. It's a 4500 milliamp battery in this guy. That's a pretty big battery. It's pretty massive. I use it all day. I usually charge it up about once every 2 days, just to go ahead and top it off a little bit, and it lasts me all day. I can go 2 or 3 days without charging this guy, and that's constant use for me, running at about anywhere from 30 to 40 watts. That's usually my comfort zone when I'm actually going ahead and vaping. You got your timer on there, your fire timer, your hit counter. Your integrated short circuit protection is also built into this mamma jamma. So if you try to fire something that this battery can't handle, it won't do it. It just won't do it. So it's safer than most box mods are safer than mechanical mods. It's a 15-second cutoff. So I don't know why you would pull for 15 seconds, but if you want to, you can do it. It fires down from 0.2 ohms all the way up to 3.1. So you can go pretty low on this guy. I don't know why anybody would want to go below 0.2. That's just my personal opinion, but you can if you can go down if you want to. I don't know. Right here you got your fire button and your wattage and voltage up and down. Another really cool thing about it is the big screen. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's hard to compare it to, but it's a very big screen. It looks like my eyes is like that now. I feel like I'm RoboCop or something. But you got your wattage right there, or your wattage, your battery life, your ohm reader, and the volt you're running at. It's very big. Another really, really cool thing about it is you can actually hold this down, and that'll give you your puff counter. And if you're a left-handed or right-handed, you can hold it down and slide it, and it will actually rotate the screen just like it would an iPhone or an Android or your smartphone. So there's a couple different finishes this comes in. I got the silver one, but there's also a pink one, a blue one, a gold-plated one that I believe is a little more. And I think that's about it. I'm not sure. Those are the ones I saw. I paid about $80 for this guy. You got your stainless steel threads right here, as well as a plated spring-loaded fire pin. That's always a plus. Another really cool thing is if you're actually vaping this guy, you can look down right here. This little LED light lights up, so you can actually see your battery life while you're hitting it. So if I'm like, brr, you guys can actually see it right there. Whatever your RDA, your tank, whatever you want to run it on, whatever you're running it on. You got your input right there, so you could actually go ahead and charge your battery up. And it's also a pass-through on here, I believe. I don't really use the pass-through, but you can actually vape while you're charging this mamma jamma. Down here you have your output. So you could actually plug your phone in and charge your phone or whatever else. And it also has, this is a really cool little thing, you could actually pull this out in this little micro USB connector. So you can also charge stuff from that as well. If you don't have one with you, you can just be like, oh, well, I got one built into my box mod, and just whip it out, and there's that guy right there. I like it. I don't use it. It's a little gimmicky, but I like gimmicky stuff. So you guys can actually go ahead and see the finish right here. It's got nice little dotted indents in it. I believe it's some kind of aluminum or stainless steel. I'm not entirely sure. Give you guys a quick one around on it. There we go. One of the things I don't like about the finish on it is because you have those little indents in there, whenever you're holding it a lot, especially during the summer, and your hands sweating, and let alone this thing's hot and spraying juice sometimes out of the RDAs, and that shit just happens. But you'll get little gunk that gets built up inside these little holes, these little rivet holes right here. So what I usually do to prevent that or fix the problem is I take a little cotton ball with some alcohol on it, and I'll go ahead and just rub it on through, make it nice and shiny, all polished up again, and it looks like I just opened it up. This thing did come with a tank. It came with a sub-ohm Innokin, came with a sub-ohm tank with it as well from Innokin, people that make the people that make the iTaste MVP 3.0. And it's a really, really good tank. It comes with the product. So if you need another tank, it's just sitting around the house. I'm going to do a full review of that later on at a later date. I don't want to get into all that right now. It's a really awesome tank that comes with it. At least it came with mine, but it was in the package and it looked really nice. It came with your basic charger for it, your micro USB charger, just plug it right in. It didn't come with a wall outlet, a wall plug-in, but I mean, you guys, I'm sure 99% of people have one lying around the house somewhere. I haven't had any misfires with it. It fires really, really hot, actually, and that's a big thing in my book. I don't want to have to sit there and wait for it to get to temp or wait for it to wait for the vapor production. It just automatically goes and fires. I run my RDAs on it all the time. My main RDA I use right now is a Tugboat V2, just because it's perfect for what I use it for. I have a Freak Show RDA and a couple other ones. I have a dot mod coming in the mail. Somebody wanted me to go ahead and do a review on that, so I'm going to use that for a little bit, and then I'll get that review out as soon as I possibly can. As far as price goes, I believe I paid about $80 for this thing. It sounds a little steep. Most vaping stuff nowadays is going to be a little steep to get into. I personally like the size of it better than other box mods out there, such as a Sigelli 150 watt box, which I don't really. I looked into getting the Sigelli, and the problem is I don't need a 150 watt box. I won't use it. It's just the way I vape. I'm not in it to chase clouds or anything like that. I'm in it because I enjoy the flavor, and it's perfect for what I need it for. The size of the Sigelli, actually, I'm not comparing this to the Sigelli. I'm not trying to do that. That's just the first one off the top of my head. The Sigelli is a huge box mod. This thing is in my pocket all the time. If I can limit the size of this thing as much as possible, even if it's a couple like micrometers or whatever, I definitely will. It's longer, but the Sigelli comes out to about right here, and it's just a big box mod. My roommate has one, so I like the size of it. As far as the performance goes and buyer's remorse, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I think it's a solid box mod for the price, and I would recommend it to anybody. If people come up to me and ask me, "Yo, what box mod do you recommend?" I would go with the MVP 3.0 Pro Edition, just because it's one of my favorite box mods out there. There's a lot of better ones out there than this that have all kinds of premium features, temperature control, all that crazy stuff. I'm not really into all that, so I don't really mess with it too much. I want to eventually get into it, and for my reviews and for my wallet, this is a solid box mod, and I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, guys, so that's my opinion on it. That's my review on it. I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for another one. Bye.